The most recent video I made on my channel was a ranger build video, and today I want to show you the rangers attacking my base. Hey everyone, Derpy here, and welcome back to another Battle Pirates video. Just to get started, it doesn't really matter who wins or loses in this case. I've hid the players' names, so you can't worry about things, and I can share this to Discord and Facebook. By the way, if you want to see every video I post, check out YouTube. That way you can see it regardless if something gets shown on Discord, Facebook, whatever. In any case, what I want you to pay attention to here is what things actually damage the ranger, and therefore what things should you put in your base to stop them. This player does have 3 rangers, as well as 2 older tier ships, which we don't really care about for this video. You can see initially that he is driving into range of several of my long-range turrets, that being missiles and mortars, and he is already taking damage. It is chip damage, but he's taking damage from those. But look at how quickly he takes down this building. It's a tier 9 defense platform. Granted, it doesn't have the newest armors, but it is a tier 9 defense platform, or 19 defense platform. Now, you can also see that this may not be the best driver because he's sitting stacked under a bunch of fire with the ships all stacked up and drops a bunker buster that kills half a turret. Doesn't really do a whole lot. But he is running through my channel and he is taking fire from my turrets, my mortars, my missiles, as well as some of my older defender ships, and he is actually taking quite a bit of beating here against everything. You can see that the old ships die first, even though they're at U2, and the rangers are just sitting here dishing out some damage. You can also notice here, especially against this last track carrier, notice how much damage is done with the initial shot versus how much damage is done slowly over time from ticks from the DOT. It's not a lot from the DOT. You can see the down arrow and the damage is dropping slowly, but it's not a whole lot. So the question I have for you here is what things were doing the most damage to the ranger? And to answer that, I actually do want to take a look at the ranger defenses, the stats on the ship in terms of defense. As you can see, it has a relatively low penetrative defense at 20%. The 4 turrets that I had in the middle of my island were all penetrative and they were all shooting at him the entire time. So that is definitely one big key thing that you want to do with this ship. In terms of my explosive turrets, my mortars on there, the 50% explosive defense means that that's the highest one, so explosive is the least useful against this ship. In terms of cloud cruisers, that was corrosive, so that's the 40% stat off to the right here. Doesn't really matter too much, but it might help a little bit. And then there were some other bits and pieces there. The Gatling gun I'm going to ignore because he should have been outranging that, but that would be concussive there, which is also something you want to use. You'll also notice, and this is funny right here, look, he's trying to take down my Great Hall and it's hidden behind mountains. You'll also notice that I didn't really have, or did not have, the newest defender in my base whatsoever, which is kind of an indication to you that I haven't really kept up with PvP in terms of defenses a whole lot. My layout is likely not the best, and he was still only able to beat me with a sliver of a ship remaining. Oh, and by the way, he's using the Father Giblet crew, which you can't see all the way because I'm hiding his name, but it says base attack duration plus 20%, repair time minus 20%, building damage plus 40%, and all defenses 40%. The question I have for you is, can a player who coined out these 3 ships and probably has a decent build — I don't know if he watches the channel or not and has the best build out there, which I think mine is, but I don't know if he has too good of a build. It's really hard actually to mess the ship up, so I assume it's decent. If a top-end player can get the new stuff built and barely beat a base that does not have the latest defender and hardly has a handful of turrets and hasn't really kept up with PvP, and the attacker is using a god crew, is this ship strong enough? And the answer, I think, is no. This ship is not strong enough to be a wholly separate tier 14 ship, which is pretty interesting. So let's go ahead and cut back to the thumbnail here because I don't want to show his name when the battle ends. But that's kind of my take on the ship. It seems initially pretty powerful with the base stats and the numbers, but when you actually use it in a battle against a base that is moderate at best, it doesn't actually do very well. So kudos to this player for beating me. Good job, he had got through with the ship left, and I figured this video would be useful for you playing along at home building rangers. Let me know if you have any questions, and I want to give a huge thank you to the channel members whose names appear on the end screen now, which is updated as of January, so if you want your name on here for February, click the join button below the YouTube description, and that will help you support the channel, and I appreciate it. With that said, until next time, this is Derpy signing out, helping you be a better pirate.